Michael, confidence, is that something that you guys are battling right now?
Kinda, yeah. Right now, because we're not seeing ourselves like win a lot. We are kind of like not playing like how we were in the beginning of the year. Our defense is kind of slacking because of our confidence. So we just need to get our confidence back up and get our defense up, and then we'll be good.
Chase, you're coming from one of the best winners we've seen a year ago to this losing streak right now. Just what are you noticing throughout all of this and trying to keep the heads up of the guys and stay positive to where you guys can pull one out?
It's definitely different, to go from winning all the time to, going through a little rough patch like this. But I think it's just great for character development and just overall advancing our games as a whole. When you go through ruts like this, you can either come together or go apart. I mean, we saw Mizzou last year, they went 0 for 18 in conference. So it's like you don't want to be that team that just gets comfortable with losing. So you have to find a way to come together, and that starts up top. You have to have leadership on the court because the coaches can only do so much for you. They can game plan, they can give you what offensive sets will work, they can give you what defensive schemes will work against a team, but if you're not willing to execute, you're not willing to play hard, then there's no point, And we have to have that kind of mentality going in a game that we had at the beginning of the season. Like, we're going to shut down every team that stands in front of us, and we're just going to assert ourselves on offense and get easy looks whenever.
Just kind of what have you noticed throughout the calendar year, really, ever since you got that win over Santa Barbara to end the season in non-conference? Just what have you kind of noticed? Is it some of that tonight? I don't know if there was some of the coming out lack of effort at some points. Just what have you noticed from this during this stretch?
I think it's more on a lack of attention to detail because we do scouting reports, we do schemes, we watch film, so we know what it takes to beat a team. It's not like SIU hasn't lost this year, so we know what it takes to beat a team, and we know what it takes to win the game. So it's really just having attention to detail and having a real focus to committing to a plan. If everybody's not on the same page, then you're destined to have outcomes like we have. So. It starts top to bottom. Everybody has to buy in, and we have to have a buy-in for every single person on the team, whether you feel like you're a leader or a quarter, you're just finding your way. Once you have that kind of buy-in and you really get into the game like you're into the game rather than just out there hooping, we can really turn the season around because realistically all our goals are ahead of us. As a one bid league, the Missouri Valley Conference, if we win that tournament, we're in the NCAA tournament. So we can't take these losses as just blows, just blow after blow without getting better. If we get better as the season goes on, these losses will only help us propel ourselves to play well when we need to, which is in late February and March.
Mike, obviously part of their defensive strategy was to try to really double team you and not let you get the ball a lot. Was tonight also kind of you got good looks, you just didn't make a lot, like as a whole, you guys got good looks, but just didn't make the shots that needed to?
Yeah, that could be that is part of the problem, but really it's not even about offense. I think we're great on offense. We can get what we need on offense, but it's just really defensive to be able to get our stops that we usually get, shut teams down and bring their confidence down. Where we prosper is getting their confidence down and being able to play our basketball. So it's not really offense and our looks. Our offense is as good as just our defense.
Chase, is this one of those times where, I don't know, like at a practice coming up, you guys have like a players-only meeting kind of thing? I mean, obviously like 7 in a row, like to lose 7 conference games in a row is not what you guys want.
Yeah, it's definitely something that we could look into, just because, like I said earlier, at the end of the day, it comes down to how we perform on the court, how bought in we are to a game plan, how willing we are to, scrap and fight. So a players-only meeting is definitely something on the table, but it just takes buy-in from every guy. It takes a commitment to winning. So if you don't have a commitment to winning, if you don't have a commitment to do the dirty things, if you don't have a commitment to lock in on every single person on the scouting report, knowing what every single guy does, because we switch 1 through 4 and sometimes we switch 1 through 5. So you have to really key in on what needs to happen on the court. So a players-only meeting is definitely on the table, but we just. There's only so much you can say and deliver. You could say this could happen, you should say this should happen, but at the end of the day, you have to have buy-in from the players, top to bottom, and have a willingness to win.
Michael, we hear leadership from Chase every time he's in here. We see the way you play. You lead by example at the same time. What gives you hope that these other guys, everybody's going to buy into this, just kind of what Chase is saying. So we've seen you play good basketball this year as a team.
Yeah, like you said, leading by example. But we coaches have drilled into us that leading by example is not enough. We lead with accountability. We holding each other accountable. That's what makes us better as a team. And when we can hold each other accountable and stepping up as a leader to hold other teammates accountable, I think you're going to be good.